no stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since recruiting isn't an option due to unusual rain and thunder, baby I wonder would you just...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to be starting to stream in a little bit. Today we're going to be doing the evolution of dating with, our regulars, Mellow VR, Polyman TV, Blue Gaming, and my boy Zach. Huge shout out and all respect to them. Love them to death. Thank you guys for joining into this and being there for me when it comes to this podcast. Y'all make this podcast very special to me, and y'all make all this hard work worth it. We are going to be on Spotify, so that's a huge announcement real quick. We're going to be on Spotify every Friday. So I'll post the link down, and it'll be in the abouts, in the banners on the about. I will also have it in my YouTube. You'll still see the YouTube every day after the stream goes for the podcast, and so you'll see it Fridays, and you'll see it Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Wednesdays and Fridays. So there's not gonna be really a time that you don't see it. You gotta sit back. You gotta sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy yourselves. This is going to be a special one. I know the guys are really excited to listen to this one. And just talk about it. So let's get going. All right, guys, so just want to give you one more introduction real quick. We got Blue Gaming here, Mellow, Polyman TV, and Zach. These are really good friends of mine. They always be here for me. It's really much appreciated. If y'all just want to say hi real quick to the stream and to Spotify.
Yo, it's Blue Gaming. How's everybody going tonight?
Hey, it's Mellow.
What's going on, everybody? It's Polyman, aka Crackmeister 6000.
And my boy Zach, he'll be showing up a little bit later. But yeah,
my bad. My mic was muted. I am here. Your boy is here. Yo, it's Zach. I'm here.
Okay, yeah, so this is the gang for today. We're probably gonna have one more person join. I'm not sure yet, but I will let you guys know as soon as he joins. So we're gonna get right into this. The guys should already know what the topics for today are, but we got two topics for today, so this is gonna be a very special stream. very special podcast, and this is going to be the first podcast that's actually going to show up on Spotify. So, to start off with, the first topic for today is we're going to be talking about the evolution of dating, and you know, that is just talking about from our experiences when we were kids to now, and just like how dating's been moved for us. So, kind of to go off, really, I know you guys are very passionate about this, so if any of you guys want to start first about it, or if not, I can start first about it.
Why don't you start us off, Reality?
Yeah, so you know, dating, you know, as a kid, I remember more of just, you know, I hope you guys remember this too. You guys are around my age where you went from passing notes as a kid, you know what I mean? And like passing, having the whole circle yes or no to be my boyfriend or be my girlfriend type of deal as a kid. And now I noticed as time got older and we moved more into having phones 24/7, how I always am now either like on Tinder, on Bumble, or what's the other dating apps you have? There is like BLK or some stuff like that. OK Cupid, you know, like Black, like Grinder. Like and the crazy thing about it is when you really sit down, there's thousands of them, and that's crazy. That's really the crazy part about it. I should tell you how much of a turn of events we had when it came to, you know, the evolution of dating. And just like how we look for our significant others. But you know, I got a lot to say about Tinder because, you know, you look for relationships on Tinder, and you more run on Tinder for people you want to fuck before you run into people that, you know, you want to date. And I've noticed that a lot with Tinder. And yeah, but you know, kind of you guys talk about it. Y'all kind of move from how y'all initially started when it came to dating to now.
So this is Blue. Apparently I'm fugly because I don't really use the dating apps. I never get any match. I hate Tinder. Tinder is like the worst thing ever in the world. Like, to me, it's so bad. Nobody likes me, but it's fine. No, so I mean, it's crazy because everybody's getting into the game. Everybody sees how big of a deal this is. So again, like we got Tinder, which was purposely made for that. We got Bumble and a bunch of the other stuff, but now like Facebook has its own dating. Like,
yeah, I saw that.
Like everybody's like trying to kind of dip their feet in there to see what they can do, see if they can make it a little bit different or exactly how they can kind of change it up a little bit. So it's kind of cool. And again, like, I don't know, one thing that's really weird is the kids are dating a lot younger. And like you said, I feel like a lot of it is because of the digital age. Like you said, at first, it was kind of cool when we were younger because, yeah, you pass a note. Do you like me? Or, you know, whatever. And they had to circle yes or what. I know a lot of the younger people aren't going to have any fucking clue what we're talking about. And I mean, then that's it. You know, they circle yes, and you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend now, and I'll see you tomorrow at school. And it's just like, I'll see you tomorrow at school. Every day, so I'll see you tomorrow at school. And now it's like they talk 24 hours a day, like they fall asleep on the phone, and they're constantly texting, they're constantly talking. And I don't know, I feel like in that aspect, it's starting to get really bad. My nephew, I have two nephews, and one of my nephews is 12. And he actually got his phone taken away the other day because he was sexting with not just a girl. It was a group of kids, and I'm like, you little bastards.
God damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure evolving. Like, it's for sure evolving.
But it's crazy too, because like when you pass a note in class or something, like that's already so nerve-wracking. Like I remember one of my first relationships, I mean, this is in like high school. He wrote me a poem, and at the very bottom it was like, something rhymed with "Will you go out with me?" And I'm like, oh, you know, it took so much balls to do, you know, like passing that note and like watching the reaction. But like now you just text them like, hey, you think I could like call you my girlfriend at school or something?
And
it's like, you don't even
like, let me get your Snapchat.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
And you like
yeah,
Snapchat a picture of your fucking forehead or something, and be like, think you're cute.
yeah.
And like, but you're not actually face to face. You're not actually like having to go
There's
through that
nothing
nerve
tangible.
wracking. Right. Like it's just, it's less personal.
There's no physical reaction when it comes down to it, where it's like you talk to the person eye to eye, face to face, seeing their reaction when you respond to their question, or vice versa. You know, like now it's just texting, and you can't tell what the other person's thinking because text is so bland. Yeah, you could put question marks, exclamation marks, emojis, and stuff, but it's not
The emojis
the
were a game
full
changer.
effect.
Let's be honest.
Not
Hey,
only that,
emojis
just
were.
imagine your imagination running wild. Imagine how we felt that first note that you passed to a girl. Can you be
So
my girlfriend?
nervous.
Hi, would you be my boyfriend? And they respond yes. And then you're like, okay, like good, we're dating now. Imagine the feeling that you got when you went home that night. We didn't have phones, so we couldn't talk to each other while we were at home. So you were literally like cheesing ear to ear that whole fucking night. Like I finally got that person, and then like I feel like a lot more creativity was there, because since you couldn't talk to them, it's like, okay, now we got to do this, or we have to do that, and I wanna bring her this to school, or I want to do that, and like you had such a limited amount of time. Like we said, not only did you see them face to face, but you had to be like super creative, because you only seen them for a couple hours a day at school, and that was essentially it until you guys like really dated, and your parents were okay with like taking you to amusement park or something on the weekends. But other than that, that's like the only contact you guys had.
I used to
Yeah.
have a notebook. It was a full like notebook that we would write one page and then give the notebook, and then he'd write one page and give the notebook back. Like, but we'd had to wait, like you said, to the next day when we go to school. Like he would write it at night when we weren't able to talk, and then like I would get it the next day. And that, like you said, it was you had to think more. You couldn't just like send something stupid over text. Like I had to actually put kind of heart into the notes that I wrote.
And you know, the crazy thing is, I feel like as like the youngest, I was able to see like that actual transition from having that time, that moment where we were transitioning from, you know, the notes to to texting. I remember the last thing in terms of sending those. Thank you very much, Jess, for the follow. Jesse, for the follow. It's very much appreciated. Sorry about that. Is basically I noticed that I used to write these long poems on paper, and then again used to end it with yes or no for will you be my girlfriend. Now when we were moving to when I got my first phone, I was like 16, 17. I had basically went into no longer really, well, I still sent like those little cute poems, like cheesy poems, and then I also moved into, really just sending a lot of emojis and working different on my tactics of dating. But that actually pushed me to a question now I have for you guys. If any of you guys don't have anything to say after this about what we were talking about, is what do you feel like just because we moved from the little paper cute stuff when it came to like making little poems by hand and giving it to them to texting, does that make it any less meaningful than it was when you was writing those little letters and poems on paper? Or is it still just as meaningful but there's different things to it now?
It's just as meaningful.
I think it means more now than what it did then, because it's a whole new generation. We're all grown, we're all adults. We don't pass notes like we do in school anymore. However, if you do get a letter, it's a handwritten letters, like we don't expect it anymore. Like when I've received something like that, it just it means they put a lot of thought into it. They use their own words. Like this is coming from the heart. They truly fucking genuinely like me because they put some thought into this shit. Feel me?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. What about you? And especially directing this towards the couple that's in the call right now, Mello and Polyman. So like, Mellow. So what if, Polyman was to just like randomly give you a long paper little letter, or a poem to you in paper, or decided to text you it? Which one would mean more to you? The one on paper where he took time to handwrite it, or the time he took to type out a poem for you? Like, or do they both hold the same amount of meaning to you?
Honestly, like basically, if you're just side by side comparing, that's not a word, comparing, I think it would have the same meaning. I mean, so we're talking like a letter in the mail, like stamped, waiting a couple of days. Like, I guess that would hold a little more value, just because like the anticipation of it. Like, we might talk in between and he just like knows there's a letter coming in, but he hasn't said anything. Like, that could potentially kind of give it a little more oomph. But at the end of the day, it's the words put into it, not the way they were written.
Yeah.
So,
And it's, look, the way I see it, the way I've thought of this is, now the new age is, it used to be for us notes, and then now it's texting, right? But
Yeah.
imagine in the early 1900s when typewriters were out. So that was their version of texting, in a sense.
Man, I wonder what my ancestors were doing on them typewriters. Hey girl, bring that ass over here. Like, did they get down like that with the typewriters back in the day?
Hell
Did
yes,
speak,
they did.
Did they speak the same way that we speak now?
Is
There are
that
dirty
old
books
English
from the
that
back. Yeah.
that bringeth that asseth over here?
Yeah.
Bring us that ass up here, girl.
Baketh me that
Thou-
cake, baby girl.
Thou shalt
Right.
not reject my proposal for this occasional night of.
Right, like
Thou
the
shalt
way
give
we
me
move
that
and words have
ass.
changed, but we all still do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a different way of communication. I think that's the whole thing about it. It's like we're still communicating, we're just communicating in a more advanced way. And honestly, like, even when we were all passing notes in school, our parents were writing emails to like interests or our aunts, or I don't know, your parents probably maybe together. Anyway, I'm saying like that time frame, people were still doing it digitally, like sending these emails or what have you. So I mean, it wasn't as new as I think we're making it seem. It's just
I'm
we
trying.
were kids.
I still think that, though, the difference between like notes or emails or letters is still different than texting, only because of the options that you have now. So again, with texting and stuff now, it leaves no room for the imagination. If I want to see a picture of your junk, then send me a picture of it. Or if I want to see something, when you're writing notes or whatever, I want to describe to you what's going. I want you to visualize, with your imagination, the things that I'm talking to you about. And I feel like that's what makes it a little bit more sentimental as far as getting letters or whatever, because you have to use your imagination and you have to go off of what they're saying. I feel like it's a little bit more intimate, because you can't just simply go, oh, okay, you said that. Well, let me see a picture of it. Turn on FaceTime. Let me look at it. It's more of a, you have to describe it in a certain type of way for them to be able to visualize, kind of what you're talking about.
I guess it does take more time too.
When it comes to paper and pen, for me, like, I feel like more so of a wordsmith, because I'm actually thinking about it, rereading it, fixing my words, like, rather than just coming out, thinking about it, and saying it verbally. I'd rather write it down. Like, texting, oh my god, I could take any man's bitch. I swear I could. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
But
No,
I
but
feel
that's
like, to an extent, like, using words gets the point across better than, I don't know.
Yeah, and you got freaking texting, where if you were to make like a little, like, you misspell something, at least you have autocorrect to fix it there, like. And sometimes if you're trying to continue a sentence, at least in the box above the keyboard, it like continues it for you. Like, you write something and it says
Siri
mine.
write to me? What the hell?
Yo, so my Siri is a man, and he helps me writing my shit out.
Wait, hold
Mine's Gordon
on.
Ramsay.
Hold on real quick. That just brought on an interesting thing though, right? So now if you know how we were talking about back in the day when they were used to write, right? What about when like cavemen you know, obviously they had to, have dating or some form of that. Like,
I don't know
did
about that
did
far
they?
back.
No, no, but it
I think he
could.
has a point though. He has a
No,
point.
it
Like, could you
could. But
imagine like chiseling a rock and then all of a
yeah,
sudden like
you chisel the rock
Velma
and then throw it at the
walked
back of their head.
Yeah.
Like, you just
No,
be like,
Right
you draw
rock.
on the rock.
like they'd be like,
Basically, you draw caveman plus you plus club equals anal.
yeah.
Basically.
What?
Hey. But,
I don't,
yeah,
know, I don't know how we got to anal, but
no, hey, whoa. But no,
I don't know, kind of. I think one of the cutest things ever I remember that I did as a kid for at the time one of my dad's girlfriends. So they had me write out, and this kind of just plays on what we were talking about with notes and stuff. My dad had me write out the grocery list on what we were going to go pick up from the store once his girlfriend got home from work, and I was writing out the list, and we needed flour, but I spelt it FLOWER versus like flour. And like as soon as she was reading the list, she like starts like dying laughing, and she was like, "This is the cutest thing I've ever seen." She's like, "I'll keep this note forever. Like I will never throw this away because I spelled it like flowers versus like cooking flour."
so you need to autocorrect.
Right? I didn't have the handheld autocorrect at the time. My brain was fried.
But also, as far as like writing a letter to somebody versus texting it, you've got people these days, and I'm not going to say kids, I'm not going to say like older, it is like all range of ages that are sending, whether it's snaps or texts or groups, whatever, they're sending the same goddamn thing to like 20 people to see who bites.
I ain't gonna
Before
lie.
it was like you had to fucking put in your effort to one person. Now it's like, let's see who'll take me.
okay, you're gonna hate me for this, cause I remember back, I used to do that. I actually used to do that, where I used to, like think of use like my creativity, think of one really good pickup line, and used to copy and paste it. I stopped doing that ever since, just cause I saw how messed up that was. But no,
Hell no. If it worked, you roll with it, baby.
hey, listen, and in a little bit, I'll read out what mine's was, but like, literally, I felt like, I thought of this creatively, not towards just one initial person. I thought it was still cute in a manner, and there was nothing wrong with it. But then I noticed, like, at the same time, I kind of like the fun in having that creativity in it, and trying to think of what I should say to get like that person, since every person is unique.
Like specifically.
And no, what were you about to say, Paul?
The thing with all this creativity and everything, when it comes down to dating online or like FaceTiming or Discord video chat or anything like that, you gotta just speak from the heart how you feel. If the person takes it, they take it. If they don't, hey, move on. Like at the end of the day, it's just how you feel, how you are. Just lay it on the table for them. If they take it, that's up to them. But for us guys, when we lay it down and we get rejected, yeah, us guys are supposed to be strong, But at the end of the day, every no hurts just a little bit.
Yeah, that's actually the truth. Like, for just like when you really think about dating, right? And you could disagree with me all you want. Women, you have every right to disagree with me. But I noticed, from my experience, that it's way easier for a girl in these dating apps than the guys.
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Bars, church, regardless. It's
Yeah.
It's always been that way.
It's
But
always
that's the
been that
thing,
way.
like, we're waiting for y'all to
Yeah,
pick us up. It's almost kind of like old fashioned in a sense, though.
yeah,
Listen, I want to venture off into that. It's a standard. Like, hey, the guys have to approach the girls. If not, you'll see her giving you the googly eyes, and you clearly can tell that if you do say something, she'll talk to you. But if you don't, then there's a missed opportunity because she'll never come to say anything to you.
yeah, and that's kind of where I got the whole point of, since I have to work super hard on it, or even then it's just like, that's why a lot of people just was just like, since it's just like, if it's a matter of if they respond or not. Like if you like in a lot of dating apps, even if even if somebody matches with you, that doesn't mean that they're gonna talk to you or want to be with you, or even
Playing
take
a
the
game.
time.
I
Yeah,
feel it.
yeah, and I've noticed that like I've matched with a lot of people, and then I'll say hi, and then it doesn't go anywhere from there. Or
But
even
that's
if I
another thing.
do,
That's another thing though. Like in these dating apps, like when someone connects with you, or y'all have like a mutual agreement, they want you to come like with something stronger. They don't want like just a high, or they don't want a
no, 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 I know,
Like
but I
maybe
mean like,
they want like a intriguing conversation, and it's like, how
yeah,
do you do that? How do you start off like a dumbass conversation through just meeting?
yeah, like through just meeting or just seeing your pictures, and
Well,
that's
that's
why.
good.
Sorry, and that's why I always came with the exact same pickup line to see if like how they would react and then move on with the conversation. Like, and I'm gonna read you guys like the pickup line I was using, and it'll just be like hey, it'll be like this. Okay, listen. It says, hey, my mom always told me that I was a 9 out of 10, but I think I found the one for me. But on the real, I'm more of a 1 until I found a 9 like you to make me perfect. You know, a little cheesy,
Ooh.
a little cheesy.
I think that's the thing about these apps too. The one thing that has, I guess, evolved, which makes it kind of better, and I'm pretty sure everybody can agree. Let me know if you don't. So in person, even if you had to write a note, again, it was a little bit more personal. It's coming directly from you to them, so it's like you might as well have said it out of your mouth. One good thing about the evolution now is a lot of people kind of step out of their comfort zone. They go for the person that they feel like is out of their league because I can just send you a tap or, God, this girl's beautiful. I know if I met her in person, I would never say anything to her. But since I don't actually have to see her,
You
I
feel
can.
brave behind a yeah. Okay, I feel that way too, man. Like, look, I be wanting to make someone feel extremely special, so I put a lot of thought into my words and my actions when I first meet somebody. So yeah, Cody, 2022. So basically, like, I'll start off with intriguing them. I'll be like, do you like art? And she'll probably think, what the fuck? What kind of opening is that? And she'll probably say, yes, I do, or I haven't really thought into it. I'll be like, well, I'm looking at you like a piece of from Pablo Piasco. As in, like, I'm thinking, like, how do I word this to you? Like, see, when I type it out, you can type it out so easy, but when you're actually putting this shit in words, it's like, damn. Let me take a second.
But here's the thing with those. It's like, for instance, Tinder. For you to match with somebody, you could have the most creative pickup line, but as long as you have an insane bio that is from your heart, and they click that or they swipe right, then you can't use that pickup line. So at the end of the day, you could have your best picture on there, but the most important thing for that to work was basically your bio, like a little bit about you. So what I used to do is not only would I just be like, hey, I'm Polly, like la la la, but it was more of like what stands out about me the most compared to like every other guy. Because I remember one of my good friends, I was hanging out their house one time, and her cousin was there and was basically showing her Tinder, like, hey, look at this guy. And I was reading the bio and stuff. I'm like, bro, everybody's the same how they put their bio on there, So it's just basically putting a bio that would stand out, like make you seem like more genuine and more like out there compared
And
to.
then there's girls that are fucking saying, what's the difference between me and a mosquito? I don't stop sucking when you smack me.
Oh, hell no.
That's literally what girls' bios are. You see those videos where people read the bios on girls on Tinder and stuff versus the guys. Like, y'all have to be genuine and like have something that's gonna stand out, but us women, we're just like, I'm a freak in the bed, and then you have like fucking 20,000 people messaging them.
Yeah.
If you all put that.
I think that's
So someone in my chat is asking where these girls at, and I'm wondering the same shit. I ain't never see that.
What you mean? I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I think
So
kind of on
would
the
you guys?
guys too, though. I feel like that's a flaw of ours because if we raise, I feel like we're still primitive in a lot of ways, because if we raise the standard, like, no, we're not fucking with that. You know, you need to do the same thing that we do. But as guys, we're fucking hornbags. Like, fuck yeah, she just put that shit. Like, damn, she's fucking upfront, open, and honest. Like, that's what I'm looking for, baby.
So
Like,
with all these different dating apps out here, do y'all feel like one dating app means something different than another? Like between like Facebook dating and Tinder dating. Like I feel like if I get on Tinder, people are looking for that hookup compared to like Facebook dating. People are like looking
yeah.
for free dates.
See,
Or like
see,
like Match was like a paid service. You had to like, it was more people
yeah,
actually looking for that. You know?
yeah, and
Yeah,
and
like go
no,
ahead, go ahead.
You know, you go.
No, rock paper scissors. No, you go ahead.
No, yeah, and I've noticed that it is dependent on, because you know there's so many people on Tinder. Tinder is the most popular dating app ever, and so you know you're gonna run into a lot of people. And you know I actually I met a decent amount of my exes on Tinder, and I don't want to say that Tinder is what ruined our relationship, but it is something that helped me find them. And so I wouldn't say that it's just like, you know, all about the hookup. But I would say since it's so popular and there's so few people, especially since, you know, Facebook dating, I thought just came out like yesterday. Like I literally saw it yesterday and I was like, oh, they have Facebook dating, you know, should get on it. But like, because of how big a community that's just like to say, you know, there's so much people on YouTube that you will run into batfish in YouTube. Whereas, you know, something on a smaller, you'll find more wholesome, more real type of streamers or real type of content creators. You know, it's just based off of, when you really look at it, how big the group of people are in those spots. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and look, when it comes down to it, in my heyday, I've tried every type of dating app. From Tinder to OkCupid to Facebook dating to freaking whatchamacallit, Plenty of Fish, if you guys remember that one. I've tried them all, but here's the hold on. I've even actually met someone through Xbox, through Call of Duty.
Same.
Same.
But here, the way, like, dating apps aside, it doesn't matter if it's a dating app. It could be anywhere online. I freaking met Mello through her coming into my stream. You know, like, that's how we met. And look, we're freaking amazingly happy together. And it's just amazing. So it doesn't matter where you meet the person. It's how you meet and how you react to who they are.
Yeah, and I was actually going to move on to that part of this topic where you know how you guys met, how Mello and Polyman met. You know, I think on like the way we move on with dating has been to a point where, you know, people that you wouldn't think that you would meet in person, like, you know, you guys are far from each other, but you know, you guys would have never met each other if we were back in just, you know, the sending letters or sending notes to each other type of thing. You know, you would never actually run into those things until we hit this digital age or this like new form of dating where, you know, online dating is the thing. Like, you guys, I feel like you guys are goals in my opinion, like going all the way out to see each other. I wish I could do that, you know. But, you know, it's still something that I feel is very interesting to look at and really see, you know.
I met my most not too far before Polly, my ex who I was with for 8 years. Met him on Craigslist and should have been a red flag. Don't want to go into it. But I mean, 8
Wait,
years.
wait. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to make a joke out of this, but like, what was he trying to sell you? Was he trying to sell you some dick or something? Like,
No, there used
made it
to be
off the.
personal ads in
Oh,
Craigslist. They took them out. It was actually the missed connection section. So if you were to see somebody in person, you could post on the Craigslist missed connections and say, "Hey, I saw you at the grocery store. I was too nervous to talk to you. Maybe this gets to you. My name is so and so. Email me." And I used to love reading those. I mean, I wasn't even the butt of the fucking jokes on any of these. I'm just saying I loved reading people and seeing like they really fucking saw each other like that. Like there was one where he said, had a nice quickie with you in the bathroom of that bar. Hope we could do that again sometime. Like some random strangers just did it in a bathroom at a bar. Like that's crazy to me. But so it was on that and I met him through that. But we had found out that even though we met online on Craigslist, him and I used to frequent the same places growing up, same time frame,
thank you
same
for the
everything, and we
follow.
just never crossed paths to where we met each other. So it's kind of weird to think that like you could be on the same like block as this person, and I guess that's where Tinder kind of comes in too. Is like, you know, you're meeting people that are not far from you. Like they're there physically. You just had no other means to meeting organically, I guess.
It's like basically you've always been 30 seconds behind somebody and
Yeah.
never realized it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I feel like just with this change in the way dating is, right? I feel like, there's a lot of stuff that surprises me with it. Like, there's a lot of people I didn't think I would connect with until I actually started to, you know, look online and, you know, and I'm seeing in the chat that they're talking about long distance dating, and we had two people who are in a long distance relationship right now. And I've been in multiple long distance relationships, especially with my career, especially being in college too, where long distance, there's nothing really wrong with it, but like, you have to do it sometimes, especially based off your career. It is hard, and Mello and Polyman both understand that, but it's like something that is also very precious and very special if you really sit down and think about it. So but yeah, you know Mello, because then now I gotta now actually let me move into the other topic. I forgot we got two topics today.
I think we already did kind of move into it, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So now for the second topic that we're moving into today, is the second topic is, can you consider people you met online close friends or family, versus people you meet in person? I know you guys are very passionate.
I would love to start off on that one. So
I got the statistics whenever we're ready.
Okay. So recently, as we know, I just had my birthday, and it freaking amazed me. Like, granted, I mean, I heard from everybody that I know, and especially social media helps out with that. And I think that's kind of a thing too. So you may have met somebody once or twice, in your day-to-day life, but they end up becoming online people because you interact with them a lot more online than you actually do in person. But the thing that I think is really weird is, I mean, I know a vast amount of people in person, and I actually end up you get more support. You get more, I don't know, like I just got more for my birthday from my online community versus the people that I see in my day-to-day life. I thought that was amazing. Like, I mean, that kind of blows your mind that it seems like that the people who you meet online, and albeit, I feel like you can be very close to those people because when you think about it, you end up spending a lot more time with these people than you do people in your real life. Hell, as we know, there's some times that we sit down and play GTA RP together for 10 hours. We'll be in server for 10 hours straight.
Tell me the last time that you sat there and talked on the phone with your mom for 10 hours.
And that's the thing, yeah. Like, I feel like, you know, I talk to you guys a whole lot more than I talk to many other people, even like my roommate at that. Like, I talk to you guys a lot more than I even talk to my roommate, and he literally sleeps right across the room from me. And that's the crazy part about it. Online, it's like you notice, and just like Shawtown, he said he likes his friends online more than his friends IRL. Like, it does end up being like that. Now, you know, I'm really close, like, with a lot of my friends, and, you know, me and Blue are actually friends in real life. We met in person and everything. Used to work at this job together, you know, but and we really kicked it off, and, you know, we're still friends to this day. But I feel like at the same time, you know, Mello, Polyman, Zach, you know, we're still close. Like, I feel like I'm close to them just as much, maybe just a little bit less, but, you know, I still love you guys to death. But, you know,
Well, but here's the thing you got to think about. It feels like that me and you have gotten closer
yeah,
now that we are on the game all the time versus than we even were. Like, and by no means were we ever not close. We've always been kind of close, but it almost seems like we've gotten closer now that we kind of RP and get on there together now.
Yeah, like we talk every day. Like, we did used to talk every day, kind of fell off a little bit. Now we talk all the time. Like, I don't know if there's a time that we really don't talk. And that's the thing with this online stuff. It's crazy, because you wouldn't think you would make these connections with people online until you actually do it. You know, I didn't think that I would meet somebody like Mello and Polyman until, you know, I got into RP. And they are, you know, now very special friends to me. You know, I sit down and I'll talk to them outside of RP, or I'll sit down and talk to them, just like chill, join their streams. You know, I don't mind subbing to them. So actually look out for that, Polyman and Mello. I'm gonna sub to you guys tomorrow, or whenever y'all stream. And, you know, I feel like I'm still like extremely close to these people, even though we have not really known each other for as long as like me and Blue known each other. And so it's the thing though, as online we interact with each other all the time. So that's the point where, you know, you end up being closer to them than you do with a lot of other people, if that makes sense.
Here's the thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if you guys would agree with me on this one, but with our IRL friends that we had, right, in the past, yeah, they were there when the good times were good, but sometimes they weren't there when the bad times were bad, you know, and just from there the friendship would fall off or whatever, you know, like, because in my experience that's happened. But the crazy thing with online friends, good or bad, they communicate with you. They're gonna be there for you, which I find more precious than a lot of my IRL friends that I had. So it's just like, that's why online friends, it feels like you keep it more precious to you, like near and dear to your heart, because they understand. They probably went through it too, you know, like every person's different, but they've gone through some type of bad friendship breakup type of thing. So that's why a lot of us connected in a way, you know, like some people see it different when it comes down to it, but to me, like, having people that I connect with, and it's like a safe place where your friend that you met online is like there for you, you're there for them. I scratch your back, you scratch my back, kind of thing, you know, like whatever it is, it just feels, it's different.
Yeah, I felt that, man. And again, I feel like it's really just because you spend every moment really online with these people, like, you know, especially when it comes to us and as gamers, you know, we are gaming with each other all the time, you know. We hear
same interest.
Yeah, we have the same interests, you know. We deal with each other through the good and the bad and the ugly, you know. I know when either of you guys are upset, we'll step to the side and we'll talk, and or we'll just be like, hey, you want to hop on this game? Like, I know you had a bad day. You want to hop on this game? We can play a game together. Hopefully I could cheer you up. We'll get on the game. We'll laugh. Make memories, or we'll just talk, chop it up. Have that connection, have that emotional connection. Because even though I might not know what you're going through, we still have this common interest to that leads us to being able to talk to each other and be able to confide in each other and really talk. And and it stays between us.
So to use that as a segue, like I moved around constantly my entire childhood life. Like when I was 16, like I was always in and out of trouble. But when I was like home, moving around, I didn't know anybody in my areas. So what I did was I went to like online gaming or online chat rooms, like Second Life, IMVU. Like I have friends now in the gaming community that I've had for the last like 6, 12, some even longer years. Like that connection that we have builds a long time. Like I flew to Georgia, met with some people. Like I went to Texas and seen others. Like I even met a girl. I met a girl in game, right? We were chilling for probably like 6 months, and we were like, "Oh shit, where you from?" Oh, girl is like 20 minutes away from my damn house. So that I don't know, like meeting people online and taking that same relationship like IRL, things build. Like we were supposed to go to like damn, I forgot what it was, but to like paintball and real life type shit, like just to all get together. And I don't know, like things from gaming actually, it's different. Like when my brother passed away, gaming was that outlet that I needed. Or even now, like I'm getting in so much trouble, computer or being out of reality brings so much like peace. Like I can stay to myself, I'm out of trouble. Like it's an outlet, it's a positive outlet.
And I mean, on that note, because you said like when you're going through something, like it's good to have that outlet. And like bad things like deaths in the family and stuff, like that's something that like I get that you need that, like that it's awesome that you have that outlet. But what I've noticed in creating some pretty serious relationships, like friendships, more online, was that I've actually just like, I think when they were done going through what they were going through, I've had people that have just disappeared. I know one person, I won't do much name calling or outing, but I had like this one person I used to talk to on VR for the longest time. We started out best friends. He admitted emotions. We got a little more, not intimate, but like it turned into more of dating than just being friends. And like in the blink of an eye, he was going through some health stuff, and as soon as like it felt like as soon as his health stuff was repaired and he was actually starting to go out in the real world more, I didn't matter. I got ghosted. I got like as soon as he was done with that issue that this outlet was for, nobody online mattered anymore. And it's crazy that you kind of can be ghosted easier online than IRL.
So I feel like a lot of reason why people connect so easily with people online too is, and again, Mello, maybe you can go through a lot of the statistics that you pulled up after, but a lot of people tell you to talk to strangers or go and talk to a therapist or something if you're going through things. And I think that partially the reason why it's so easier to talk to somebody you don't know is because they can't judge you. I mean, they can, but you don't know anybody in my day-to-day real life. I know that it's not going to go back and now it's going to be leaked to our whole group of friends that I have to see every day. It's not going to get leaked back to my family. It's not going to, be linked to all of these people that I have to see on a day-to-day basis. I know I can confide in you, not only because we're friends online, but because you don't have the luxury of knowing all of these other people. So I know I can truly and deeply, openly talk to you about something that I have going on. And I don't necessarily have to worry a lot of times about it getting back to a bunch of people. But kind of like, what Mello said, it's kind of funny because then you got these people that you've confided in, you established this strong connection and relationship with, and it's like when they want to throw you away, then you're just done. Now that they've decided they don't want to talk to you anymore, they don't want to be bothered with you anymore, you're done. And unlike a person IRL that's like, no, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna force you to talk to me. We have a mutual group of friends, and I'm gonna have them set up a place where we can meet, and we're gonna talk it out. Like, you can't hang up on me. You can't disappear on me. You have to see me face to face. It's like, if I change my gamer name and I delete you off my friends list, I'm gone. I'm a ghost. There's literally no way for you to go back if I wanted to completely just up and disappear on you. And there's literally nothing that you can do. And I don't know. I feel like that's kind of crazy to me because you've established this friendship with this person, and now all of a sudden you don't want to have anything to do with them anymore.
Yeah, and then on that note, it's like it's basically a double-edged sword in a sense, right? Just how easy it, just like how easy it is to meet people that you would never meet in your lifetime if you never did it. It's so easy just to like end it like that
Yeah.
because it's just like, you know, it's so easy just to be like cut somebody off that you don't want to talk to, and it's just like as easy as a press of click of a button, you
Well, as
know?
easy as it is to connect, it's just as easy to disconnect.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like in real life, as harder as it is to connect, it is harder to disconnect. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, double-edged sword, just
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to disconnect. Literally, just avoid them. But it's like, but then that makes you seem even more. I don't know. They both make you seem like an asshole, but you know,
right.
either way. And just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, like how um, you met somebody off of VR. Like I met my best friend, my female best friend. Me and her are extremely close. We talk to each other about everything. We met online actually. And we confide in each other when it comes to just like, since I've been having my depression, she's been the person, who I go to and I could sit down and talk to about it, anything, just like I can sit down and talk to Blue about anything. And now that I can actually sit down and talk to you, Mello, and you, Polly, and even Zach about, whatever is going on in my mind, and you guys actually sit down and try to listen. So, I understand what y'all are saying when it comes to how quick it is to like drop somebody off. Like I wouldn't be mad now if my best friend was just like end things. I would be confused, be like, what did I do to, have that happen? But I wouldn't be mad because I understand how easy it is nowadays for somebody to just cut you off, especially if y'all have never actually met in person,
Yeah. I mean, I guess it also goes to like how deep the relationship was. Like, I don't know, the person I was talking about in particular, and dating in general, like online versus IRL. Like dating IRL, you might see them a couple times a week if you're lucky, or go out on a date or something like that. But like dating via the internet, with me, I was spending minimum 2 to 3 hours a night with this person. So it hurt even more than if I was just dating somebody for that time frame in real life. Like I feel like I was more crushed because it was never like an official thing. So there was no official breakup. The motherfucker could literally just not talk to me again, and no fucking skin off of his back, I guess, fucking doesn't matter. But for me, I wasn't as angry as I was, like you said, confused, or like I was hurt, and it sucked. It did seem like maybe I was more invested emotionally at the end of it all, but um I don't know. It's just you get to know somebody. Like, what would the statistic on that be? Like, if you're dating IRL versus online, like, how much are you going to learn about a person from these dates you have once or twice a week versus talking every single night? Like,
Yeah.
this person more.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. And you say you had a statistic. You want to read off that statistic though?
Yeah, I see what your chat's saying too. He knows them. Shant is actually one of my like longest online friends, by the way.
Okay.
Let's see.
You want to hear something funny about that certain person Mello was talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this one night, she wanted to go on VR with me because there was an event. Remember that night, Mello?
Yeah.
So we go to the, what was it? Was it the night of the party
I'm not sure. Are you talking about the singing event or the?
where there was a panel, the dating show on VR?
Oh, that wasn't for the. You asked me out on a virtual reality date, and I agreed. I accepted.
Oh yeah. So we go on a date, and then something happened where I can't remember. Mello was like, "We're
We
gonna go to
went
a different
to.
room,"
Yeah, we went to the world, and I said, "Oh, we need to leave. You know who is here."
and then I was like, "What went through my mind was defend Mello for what he did to Mello, and
And
defend Shanto for what he did to Shanto." So what I did is I put my speaker on because you could amplify your voice,
you can magnify
and
to
I just cussed his
everybody in
mouth.
that world. He wrecked him.
Hard.
It's the most you can do
Like,
online, I guess. We're not showing up at nobody's
to a
house,
point
so
where the guy started feeling shitty and he left.
yeah. But the statistics. So current the as of last year, so just last year alone, 602 million US dollars was the revenue for online dating. So the money made for online dating. People are paying $602 million a year. It's actually increasing at a really rapid rate. Like versus, let's see, 20. I couldn't see it there before. It's about a 25% increase every year.
Only thing with that statistic, I think it might be a little bit skewed due to COVID, and more people wanted to stay in, and they probably were reaching out a little bit more on social
Well, yeah.
media.
So from 2019 to 2020, it skyrocketed, and it's skyrocketing. Like the anticipation is going pretty high this year to next year, but it's been pretty consistent. Let's see, 44.2 million online daters are currently in the U.S. alone. So 44.2 million people use online dating.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But only 26.6 million of those are app users. So about half of them are using it like online, like not even just
But
their phone. So even though
but
it's
again, I
easy,
think what we kind of do can be considered that just like how you guys met. It wasn't on an actual
right?
like dating site, and I mean, I just think it's kind of crazy. So like, I feel like ours is a little bit more intimate. I feel like we're closer because not only did we meet on like Call of Duty and we decided to stick in each other's lobbies and start talking and becoming friends or whatever. Like, I feel like we have to be a little bit more intimate, especially when you're role playing. Because if you're role playing somebody that you're in a relationship with or a deep friendship or something like that, like you have to actually get to know that person. So she should have known it was coming. Shout out to my role play, Lacey. She's in the chat. But me and Lacey literally talk every single day. And I know things about her now. She knows things about me now. I mean, and we're not even attempting to try to pursue a relationship. It's just like in order to be able to fit our characters a little bit better and to actually have a true, genuine connection between the me and her. Like, you can't role play out a connection if you guys never talk and you guys don't know each other. Like, it would be awkward. So in order to be able to truly fulfill our role play, we talk all the time. But again, that makes you start to establish a connection with that person. Because yeah, we mainly do it through role play, but now I know a lot of things about her. She knows things about me. And of course that makes our connection so much stronger to where we can talk every single day. Like I genuinely care about her. I genuinely care for her. And just like, with Polly, little did she know. So that the main server she RPs in, I hate it. And there was somebody in there that she kind of had a connection with, and things didn't quite work out the way that she wanted to. And I wanted so bad to log into there and like go confront this guy. Like, you fucking motherfucker piece of shit. Like, dude, really? But like, I'm like, no, don't leave it alone. You know, but like you said, you get defensive for those people that you meet online because they do genuinely start. You care about them. You genuinely care about their well-being. You genuinely care about how their day is going, like how their daily, everyday life is going. So, like you said, I mean, the biggest thing again that I really contribute to that is who do you talk to more? You know, like I said, when's the last time you sat there? And granted, I know we're playing a game. We have something that we can also do, like have fun. But imagine the amount of times we all just stood at Legion for 3 hours and just talked. You know, it didn't even involve being out there robbing a bank or like being in an active scene, but genuinely just sat there and talked. And that's not even RP talk. The times we sit there and we just IRL talk to each other. You know, you don't sit on the phone with anybody for 3, 4, 6, 8 hours a day and sit there and talk to them like you do these people.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring some people from who's in the stream chat right now, talking. You know, that dude said gaming in general is the core aspect of meeting chill ass people as yourself. That's why it's easier to connect with people online. IRL is way different because you're meeting the person for the first time without experiencing something beforehand. So it's harder for people to make a connection. Gotta put in more work to connect. And that is true. It is crazy how, and and another thing too, like in person, um, you don't meet that, you don't have that connection, like on game, like gaming, people have that connection in general, you know, that's always been there, if that makes sense. Like there's always somebody that's going to like the same game as you, or that's going to like the same genre as you. And that's why it's so easy to meet chill people in gaming, because you're meeting people who have the same interests as you. Gaming is, I feel like, the best thing because of it's the easiest way to get people to connect, because most gamers have the same thing in common. And there's so many different gamers out here who you know get labeled as antisocial, or are loners or can't make friends, when there's a lot of gamers who have way more friends, even if it's not in person, has way more friends than it seems like, because we're able to build that connection, be able to have that time where we're together all the time and we're able to talk about anything. So I feel like the gaming community is like one of the best community. So shout out to everybody that's a gamer, really, because you guys make my day each and every day. Just keeping it real. Each and every day, I enjoy everything because you guys have always been there. And so I feel like, when you look at the gaming community, and especially you could really find, going back to the second topic, you really find people that are closer to you than there are people even in your family and friends. But we got like, I say like 5-10 more minutes in this podcast. So anybody else have anything to say real quick?
Hold on, just working on something right now. But so, as you were saying, like some friends online though, some of my friends online are like some of my longest, or some of my long-term friends have been online. Like there's one guy in my chat on Twitch right now. Can't hear the conversation. I'm not sure why. Like he said every 4 words before sound stops, so he can't follow the conversation. But Grand Theft Auto came out 2013, right? I believe
Yeah,
in
around
October or
2013.
November. And then online mode came out like a month later. So my son was born in October. So Grand Theft Auto came out in October. And then in November, online mode came out. Or Grand Theft Auto multiplayer. So I met this guy like first day on multiplayer with some of my older friends. And he did not have a mic at all. But we were forever playing with each other. Like he'd follow us around the map. Like dude was mad cool, although we couldn't hear him, And then I don't know, like I want to say maybe a year or two later, like we all linked up again, and he had a mic, and it's like shit, bro. Like catching up with someone like that and still playing like Call of Duty with each other every day. Like I have over 200 wins in fucking Warzone, right? He got me there most of them. Like you feel me? Like we played together continuously for hours to where we're like learning about him, his girl, his son, like learning about he has family here where I live now, or he has family in Chicago, she has family here. Like gaming brings us together, like people from other countries here in the States. I know like Jess that's in the chat, she's not too far away from me, and it's just it's a cool vibe. Like Antoine and I, we were even talking about meeting up one time. Like it's just the connections that we have now and the connections that we build is definitely different. Like we get to learn people for who they truly are rather than what it is they do in life or what they have in life. So it's more of a genuine connection when you meet someone online rather than when you're out here just meeting people in the streets. Like it's not like people online are after you for something you have compared to like in the streets they see that I drove a Jaguar, or they see like the shoes on my feet. Like it's actually just because you fuck with me and we're vibing together that we actually get along for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's a kicker on that. For instance, that dude Shanto, right? His parents and my parents are good friends, and the way me and him met was through online, because my parents told his parents, because they talked like, hey, my son is a streamer, blah 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 blah. Oh, my son games, like that's cool. And then that's how we connected. Now he's a really good friend of mine, and like it's more of the longs of how you connect with him online. It's just a different vibe, yes. And then here's another friend of mine that I met online. He's been a supporter of me and my stream for like 2.5 years. You probably see him once in a while. His name is Daddy Ghibli. Shout out to that guy, Susmaster69. But he's genuinely a good guy. Like he's always gonna be there for you. He lives up north. I live in Cali, and it's just I love the friendships that I have more. I appreciate it more than the people that I've met IRL. Than you know what I mean? It's a different vibe that connects more to your heart.
Well, yeah, kind of touching base on what Zach said. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm driving around a Jag or a freaking 1989 Honda. Like, you guys don't give a shit. You like me for me. Like, it doesn't matter what shoes I have on my feet or where I'm from. Like, if we vibe, we vibe. So it is kind of crazy to take the judgmental factor out of it all. Like, it sucks to say, but like humans judge. Like I can say I'm a great fucking person, and I do think I'm a great fucking person. But like at the end of the day, everybody judges for something. Like you don't want to admit it sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, we do judge. Like humans do judge a lot. But that's why one thing I could say, especially again about the gaming community, is because we might not know what we look like all the time. We talk shit to each other, have the little fun banner, but we don't know what we look like. So, what we learn, and the reason why the gaming community is always so much stronger is because the gaming community is built different. I gotta say that real quick. Is because we're not spending time worried about what we look like. We're spending more time going on our personalities. And I think that's the difference between us, like the gaming community, and dating apps. Like that, it's just a complete difference because of that. Now, just let me go back off of this with what Jesse said. Where she just said I can't thank Wyatt Blue, Mello, Polly, and most important Zach for what they have done for me. I suffered with depression for a long time, but these 5 people have gotten me out of the rut and made me feel like a person in this world. You know,
Shut the
that's
fuck up. I'm like, that's making me tear up.
yeah, that's like I literally as I was reading it, I was tearing up. Like,
Who
Same.
said that?
uh,
Just did.
yeah, like,
Hello, we love you.
yeah, like, yeah, we love you.
No, but
First of all,
same. Like, I went through like the worst
Most
stuff.
important
Like,
is Zach. Hold up, girl. You know I love you. Come on now. Oh my god.
yeah, but real quick, cause we gotta end this in a little bit. So I'm just say this real quick, and then we'll move on from there. All I want to say is, we met online. Me and all of us met online, besides me and Blue. And so just the fact that we have this connection, and no matter what our preferences are on each other, I feel like no matter what my thought is of another person, we don't worry about the material thing. And just like Gadu said, he said people shouldn't look at others based off materialistic crap. That shit shouldn't matter, but IRL it does. Online, there's no such thing. Like, for us, materialistic shit don't matter. And that's why we were able to build a connection with all these people. We were able to be close to each other. I feel like no matter what, I could literally just talk to you guys. And, you guys make me feel like everything I say matters. Y'all actually will sit there and y'all will listen. And that's the crazy thing about it. And that's something that I've never really experienced until recently. So, again, it is a difference when you really look at it. And online, it's because there's no materialistic crap behind it that you run into this. But yeah, we're about to end this podcast for today. So any last words from anybody, and then I will thank all the people that followed during this stream. Polly, Mello, or Zach, y'all got anything last things to say? I know Blue had to leave. He had a phone call he had to make.
All right, so Red Arrow, he did get in here late. He wanted to join the call when it first popped off. He was in my chat and he loved what you're doing here. I continue to support you. I love what you're doing here as well. And I mean, with the energy that we're building, even with us alone, like I fucks with it. I mean, everyone knows that Blue and I, we had a little falling out, and it wasn't really his fault. It was more so that I took things the wrong way and blew up. But at the same time, like, and that's a different stream. Wait till next time.
Yeah, Mello, you Mello,
Yeah,
you
I
got
mean
anything to say?
this group of friends we've got going on here, that's kind of like a huge example of our topic. I mean, like, and not the evolution of dating part. I'm not dating all of you, but the second topic here, just like I think more people need this. Just like building relationships is hard enough as it is. Like you don't need to be judged and everything. Like sometimes people really do just need a fucking friend to talk to, and it's becoming increasingly hard to do that in real life. And I mean, it's almost amazing that there's just people online that can care this much.
And Polyman, I just saw Blue join back in. You got any last things to say? If
With
not,
online, when it comes down to online friends, meeting, relationships, it's precious. It's like one of the most precious things you can have in a society nowadays. Like someone could be a like super antisocial IRL, but they can basically find a connection online, and that's like one of the biggest things. Like there's a lot of people I met that are big time streamers that are very, very, very like outgoing online. But when you meet them IRL, they're the quietest cat in the world. You know, like, so it's a good way to meet people online for them to like engage with you. You engage with them. The chemistry's there. Yeah, boom. You have a great, amazing friendship with that person.
Right. I missed a lot, but I'm back.
Yeah.
Understand.
You got any last
Um,
things to say, man?
my last thing to say, and this is relationships in general, and I'm sure this probably touched on and I missed it, but it's relationships in general. Um, again, like we said, it's easier to let somebody go if you don't have to face the consequences of seeing them face to face every day. Um, the only thing about relationships, like I said, in general, in real life, online, but more so online, is constantly consider how your affect other people and take their feelings into consideration when you make the decisions that you make. Um, and again, it's just purely about communicating. You have to communicate openly and honestly your feelings with other people. And hopefully, if they care about you as much as they say that they care about you, then they'll take your feelings into consideration with the things that they're doing.
Okay, and and first I want to say thank you everybody who showed up for the stream. Thank you for everybody who's going to watch the YouTube and who's going to listen to this on Spotify. Um, you know, the reason I made this, and this is kind of to go on the second topic really, is so that people can have an outlet to be able to, come in here, talk with us, um, listen and be able to really, understand or feel what they want to feel on. And, I try to like, let people in on what other people is thinking. That's why I have so many people in this. And so, all I want to say is if need be, and, you could always come to this channel or to any of the other people's channels, watch the other videos and, they could always drop it in chat, their channels, and support them. And literally, we all are like family, people on my stream, you guys are like family. These people who are in the call with me are family. And, never believe that there's nobody in life that will be close to you when, as you see with us online, we're really close, and most of us, we haven't met in person, but I still feel extremely close to them. And I still feel like, hit them up on a Discord call, just talk to them about whatever. So, you could always come to the Discord. Uh, we have Netflix time, like Netflix and chill time, and we're actually going to start doing that more. And I'm actually going to start putting a schedule, just getting on there, get on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, so that people could just join in and watch stuff with me. And then we also have this gaming environment and stuff like that. So, I want this to be a safe space for everybody. And I want this to be a spot where, you could sit back, you could listen, you could go into chat. I will read chat occasionally and try to, include you guys as much as possible. But sorry if I can't all the time. But yeah, and if you guys could, like I always, kind of wait after, just so I could talk to the chat for a little bit, that'd be very much appreciated. So, y'all just stay put for a little bit. I will talk to chat for a little bit, just some final things to say. And so if y'all want to say y'all goodbyes and, drop y'all channels down in the chat, that would be much appreciated. And also share your chats before I mute.
Thank you, Reality.
Hey, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify. Thank you for listening. This is your boy Polyman. Love you guys.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Boy Blue
Yeah.
signing out. Again, we appreciate you guys. We greatly appreciate you guys for coming in and listening to what we have to say.
Okay.
Yo, it's Zachy Zach. Thank you for having me on the channel yet again. I appreciate it. Great energy, great vibes. Love being.
All right, so yeah, just drop y'all channels in chat so that anybody that is new to the channel can go and follow you guys too. I'm going to shout out everybody that followed me, and then we'll end the stream from there. So I am going to mute all you guys, and we'll talk in a little bit. So again, you know, thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. You know, it's very much appreciated, and you know, it really means a lot to me to know that there are people here who can sit back and listen. You know, you guys could always join the stream, and I want to give a big thank you to, and I'm sorry if I butcher names. I'm not really good with names, but I'm gonna try. To that dude Shelton, to Jesse, to Lisi, and to I'm gonna work on it. So Sean Toe, like that. Okay. Shout out to my boy Sean Toe. Um, Shout out to Lisi. Shout out to Jesse, and shout out to Gabrielle. It's very much appreciated that you guys had stopped by, came in here. I hope you guys have a really good day. You see this on here, follow my Twitter, you and YouTube. I will always post this on YouTube afterwards. And this is the Twitch. So, and last but not least, if you feel like donating, it would be very much help. And we're going to try sooner or later to do FaceTime, so you see not FaceTime, we do face cams, so you could be able to see everybody's face, and you know, have a more personal connection with us. But it's your boy Reality. You guys have a good rest of the day, and I will see you guys later.